Hi. So you have answered most, if not all, of my questions that I came here with, so thank you for that.
Don't rub it in for that guy. He's already mad. Abraham, why do you pick the guy who has no questions? His life's perfect.
So one question that has come up from the things that you say is, so when you were talking about your fire feature and everything, don't worry about the amount of gas you're using and just basically consume and
believe in the universe's ability to supply desire.
So
that's so big. You've got a choice. You can believe in shortage or you can believe in abundance. Take your pick. But you can't do both.
Right. And I believe in abundance.
Next.
One thing. I guess I struggle with so much. I mean, we have oceans that have islands of plastic in them. And how do you continue to consume everything because the world is abundant and then watch?
By understanding that when, as an individual or as a mass consciousness, when you create or see a problem, simultaneously you see or create a solution. So the physical environment, the universe, expands through the very thing that you think you're wanting to avoid. If you believe that things as they are will always and only be what is, then we can understand how you could support your belief in the shortage of something, because you say there's only this much that we've found. It's a finite amount of something, and if we are irresponsibly utilizing it, squandering it, wasting it, then it could be in short supply. But when you apply the greater laws of the universe and you acknowledge that when something seems in short supply, that then desires to either find more of it or desires to replace it with something more effective are born. And so new industries are literally born out of those kinds of things. Look at the short period of time that you can look back at the things that are driving this world, from coal to steam to jet fuel to nuclear to solar. You're discovering things because life causes you to desire something that you don't know how or when or where or who. But if the desire is there, then the means to receive it must be shown to you, and that's what you live for. You live for the desire or the question that has no answer, because the answer coming is the thrill of life. So wouldn't it just be really a kick in the pants if all of that waste that you're worried about is the future fuel of the world?
That would be amazing. I think it shall be.
It's not far-fetched.
No, it's not.
Within everything there is something. That's really profound. You may write that down.
Thank you. I think that
we appreciated your point. We appreciated your vantage point. We really appreciate the conversation.
I appreciate you clearing up my doubts.
We just want you to answer these questions from the standpoint of your inner being. Do you believe in infinity or finite? Do you believe in forever or temporary? Do you believe in more or less? Do you believe in abundance or absence of abundance? Do you believe in energy or nothingness? Do you believe in something or nothing? And the wonderful thing is that every time someone gets focused upon the absence of something that they want, you know what happens? They create the presence of it. And sometimes future generations have to be born to discover it, because the person who has focused upon the absence of it won't let themselves believe in the presence of it. But new ones are born who haven't practiced the absence of it, and they show up and they say, well, looky there. Looky there. Yeah. There must be someone over here. There must be someone over here. Sorry, there's no one over there. Right here.
I'm a very empathetic person. And it's easy for me to connect to other people's pain. And
Well,
again,
you have our condolences.
Sorry?
You have our condolences.
Exactly.
And our wonder, why would you do that?
I know. I honored that until today. So,
You know what compassion is? Because you think that that's what that is, that empathy. But here's what true compassion is. Compassion is looking at another through the eyes of their inner being.
and I get that. I see that today. Absolutely.
So you have to sort of practice that, and just don't let it get going. Momentum has a lot to do with that, and over time you can all garner some momentum about those things, and it's seen by most as virtuous. And we're not asking you to ignore. In other words, sometimes by noticing that somebody's in trouble, you have an inspire to be of value. We're not asking you to just walk away. We're asking you to tend to your own vibration so that you have something to offer. In any moment in time when you are co-creating with others, there's the potential of the other one owning the room vibrationally, or there's the potential of you and your inner being owning the room. Now, if they're hooked up with their inner being and they own the room, so to speak, you know what we mean by that, then they're of advantage to everybody. And so we're not asking you to be the dominant one all the time. There are lots of people who get tuned in, tapped in, turned on, who are of value when they're blowing and flowing. You just don't want somebody who's not connected to source energy to be owning the room. And that's what people who feel like victims do. That's what people who feel sorry for themselves do. When they get going like that, and they tell you those really sad stories, and they get your attention, and they own the room from their place of complete diminishment, that's what we're asking you to just be aware of, you see. Because nothing good is going to come from that, not now. Somebody needs a nap or a lobotomy.
So instead of empathizing or nurturing them through their pain, focus on the greater vision that you have for their life and yours.
But do you remember what we said to you just now, to your really early question? And we said, if it doesn't feel good, don't spend any time on it. And if it does feel good, milk it. Right. So where does nurturing them through their pain fit into that?
Agree. So instead, then focus on the positive vision you want for their life.
And usually you have to do that at another time, at another place, when they're not there. Because if they get a whiff that they haven't convinced you and they haven't motivated you to action because of their struggle, because that's how they're used to playing you. They're used to playing you through their struggle and watching you respond to their struggle, and some of them are really, really good at it. So you have to get clear about this when they're not around, because when they see that you're not coming along, they're going to give it everything they've got. And so you have to practice your successful thoughts about them when they're not fighting you on it. You have to know who they really are when they're not hell-bent on showing you that that's not who they are. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody's arguing for their limitations and you're trying to show them the bright side? And the more you try to show them the bright side, the more evidence they bring to you, until finally you just say, you win, you're a loser. There's no hope for you. I give up. And then a lot of people call that empathy. We call that ineffective leadership. We call that not being in sync with who you really are. Where true compassion is being able to hold your own about their value and their worth and their potential success, even when they can't. Seeing who they really are, not who they're currently being.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Thank you. That's it.
Really good. Really good.